You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It is your host, Brian Fullerton here, hanging with you guys, and good morning. All right, guys, well, we're going to jump right on into it. Super excited about having another great guest interview for you guys lined up. Just sharing the belief, the dream that you guys can grow and start a lawn and landscaping business of your own. There's so many of you guys all across the fruited plain, and so let's do this really quick. We're going to kick it over to my friend, Justin Ferry, over here from... Justin, where are you living again? You're in the Midwest?
Over here, yes, sir, in Witchitaw, Kansas.
Wichita. Okay, cool deal, man. Where so I don't know if you know B&B Lawn Care. I think he's in like Kansas City, Missouri, but where's Wichita?
KC. Okay. Yes. Wichita, Kansas. And he's in KC Mo, right?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
He's
in
Liberty.
I'm watching a lot of his stuff. You said what now?
He's in Liberty, I think, Missouri, right?
Oh, okay. Liberty. Yeah.
Liberty.
It's real close to, yep.
Yep. So where are you at in relation to that in Wichita?
Wichita, Kansas. We're just about a couple hours to the west. We're out here real close. We're real close, really.
Okay.
A couple hours, 2.5, 3 hours.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So we were messaging back and forth via email, and you had a pretty cool story to tell. So you're freshy, man. You've been running this thing for just a few years now. So why don't you give these guys like the couple minute, I call it the highlight reel. Let them know, who you are, where you're at, what your business kind of looks like, and we'll kind of get into it. For
sure. Yeah. So I'm 36 years old, and I started back 3 years ago. I had done it kind of as a side hustle when I was 16 to like 26. And then basically I was doing it on the side, and then my stepdad got Alzheimer's. So I stopped doing everything and just helped with him. And then he went on and passed. And so I just said, I'm going to go back out and just try it. And it's been amazing. I started from just one account to over 90 to now I'm doing a lot of landscaping mixed with mowing and just trying to figure out what I want to do next with the company.
Man, that's awesome. So what got you, did you cut grass when you were younger, or did you, you said you just jumped into it 3 years ago. What were you doing before?
No. I've been doing it for over 20 years. So basically when I was 15, I'm 36 now. When I was about 17, in my mom's neighborhood, I had an elderly guy that helped me with a Dixon lawnmower to show me how to do it. And just how to be on a lawnmower. And then his neighbor taught me landscaping. And so I worked for both of them. And then, I don't know, next year I got a Dixon 30-inch rider. And gosh, I had about 7 accounts in the neighborhood. And from then I just started doing it, on the side. I was making a lot of money on Saturdays. Then, it just turned to where I had so much work. I did it full time. And then that's when my dad got Alzheimer's. So I had to stop.
Okay.
But yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. You on your email you had said that you made over $50,000 your first year in business.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. So we started with, I had a couple accounts. I had one in my mom's neighborhood with her, and then another neighbor, and I just kept accepting work and saying yes. Hey, I'll come. I'll give you estimates, free estimates always. And I never said no. And I just realized, there's work out there if you want to work, and I've been a one-man solo operation for a long time. I always get help towards the end of the year when it gets hot, but it's just, there's a lot out there. So if you want to work, the work's there. That's what I've realized.
What do you think has been your key to success for getting so much work so quickly? Because you're just like a rocket ship, out of the gate.
Yeah, honestly, the route density, I was accepting a lot of jobs all over. So, for instance, for where I'm at, I would drive 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, 15 minutes, sometimes 20. And I'd be making good money. But, at the end of the day, I was working 12-hour shifts. And I started figuring out that if I can work and accept more people closer to me, just for that density. And I dropped a lot of different accounts that I was driving all the way across town. And I figured it out that when you can park your trailer and just mow, even if it's not in the same subdivision like you do, if you can mow $35, $40, 35, 30, 30, 30, 30 fast times, you're making money.
Mm-hmm.
I
mean, and the thing about route density, it's never like you're just done with it. You're always pruning. In fact, I'll tell you. I'll tell you real time. I'm evaluating a couple of commercial accounts as well.
Okay.
They've been good accounts, for a few years. Don't get me wrong, really grateful. But as our business continues to grow, we're always consolidating, always tightening up. And one of them's on the fence because if they don't go with us for snow, they're because we make 70% of our money with snow for most commercial clients. Unless it's huge landscape installs. I mean, even if you add the 20, 30 yards of mulch that we do, it's peanuts compared to the 10, 12, 15, 20 grand we'll do with their snow and salt. So, but they're like, yeah, we're taking bids and we'll get back with you soon. And I know the guy there and he's nice, he's cool. But I shot him an email back and I said, hey, just FYI, if we don't get the snow, more than likely probably won't be keeping the account, just to be honest with you. So keep me posted. I'll keep you guys updated as that goes. But you know what? That business is the next little, kind of like a little town over about 3 miles down the road, nothing crazy. But you know what? Like if the lawn and landscape is worth, I don't know, 2,500 and the snow is worth 7 to 10 grand. If they're not going to give me the snow, and there's, by the way, 3-4 grand for the lawn and landscape, that was a game changer for me 4 or 5 years ago when we picked up that client. So yeah, long story short is I feel you. I hear you about route density. I know it kind of, people hear it, but I would really implore you guys when you're doing your end of month billing or looking at your accounts or where you're driving, drive
time.
Yeah,
sure.
Grade your clients like A, B, C, like who's an A player, who's A revenue, and then B, who gets a little bit of this, a little of that, and then C, they get one service only.
For sure,
it might not be worth it to keep those people and replace them with a more full service account, So that's really, really cool, man. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick commercial break. I want to hear a little bit more about your business, your startup story, your background.
For sure.
You've got a lot of great things going on over here. And I love talking to other people that are over in the Midwest. And you guys have been dealing with heat. You guys have been dealing with drought. So let's do this really quick. Speaking of drought, I'm going to get a sip of water and the good old Essentia here. And then before you know it, we're going to come right on back.
Lawns, landscaping, and outdoor awesomeness, that's what your business does best. Managing your vehicles and optimizing efficiency with the latest technology is what we do best. GPS Track It provides a 24/7 view of where your company vehicles are and how efficiently they're operating, saving you time and money. With more than 12,000 customers, GPS Track It has delivered peace of mind for lawn and landscaping companies for 20 years. Ready to protect your vehicles and save money? Talk with one of our fleet advisors. There's no pressure, no hassles. Call 833-385-0252 or visit gpstrackit.com/BrianLM to learn more. Those details are in the show notes. GPS Track It. The Lawntrepreneur Academy is your online destination for learning how to grow a successful lawn and landscaping company.
Hi, this is Scott from New Jersey. I just want to say that Brian puts out some great content. Definitely has helped me grow my lawn and landscape business. Just finished my 4th or 5th coaching call with Brian, and every time I get off a call, I'm definitely ready to go out there and crush it. I also just recently purchased the whole ball of wax from Lawntrepreneur Academy. Loving all the content. Brian's definitely out there looking out for our best interest and trying to help us grow a bigger and better business.
The link is in the show description. Make your business as successful as possible with training and resources from the Lawntrepreneur Academy.
All right, Justin. Well, we are going to go right back to you, my friend. I wanted to hop right back into it. Really quick, before we talk about what you're doing to get customers and where you're going to take this thing over the next couple of years, talk to me a little bit more about the work schedule that you have. Because what's your background outside of working your business? Because you're still doing this part time, correct?
Yeah, well, I was. I mean, before COVID hit in 2020, I just kind of had a gut feeling. I was building airplanes. I went back to doing aircraft.
Okay.
And I just had a gut feeling that stuff was going to go south the way stuff is slowing down and part shortages and such. And so I just went back and I reevaluated everything and figured, you know what, it's time. And it's It was the best timing, honestly.
So are you full time now then with the business?
Yeah, so I went full time. I quit. I was in the airplane, and I remember the contractor saying, "Justin, you don't do what did he say? He said, Justin, you don't go where the money where it takes you. You go what makes you, or you just do what makes you happy." And I just kept thinking over and over and over. I'm in a cockpit, bent over, not comfortable, trying to build this airplane, and I just jumped out and ran up to the manager like, "Hey man, I quit, and I've got a family of 6, and I'm the only one working." And I was just like, "I quit. I'm going on my own again." And it was awesome because it's like you were saying, I can now choose the kind of accounts and customers I want because I know which ones are my type of customers.
Okay. That's awesome. That's
yeah.
What was what was your thoughts in your head? You said you wanted to, do what makes you happy, but nonetheless, you got, 3 or 4 mouths to feed, 5 mouths to feed back at home.
Right.
What was your schedule looking like the day after you quit? What did you do next?
Oh my gosh. I just honestly was on Facebook looking for a walker because I always wanted to get a walker for some reason, a walker lawnmower.
Okay.
And I ended up finding one and went and got the lawnmower in Oklahoma the next week. And pretty much we just started getting equipment and we got started pretty fast.
That's awesome.
Pretty quick.
Now, what was the idea with getting the walker or the bigger mower? Do you guys, what's your equipment setup look like right now?
Like right now I use Skag. I have a 36-inch standard DY2 2020. And then another 2020 52-inch Freedom Z to sit down. And then just, I run all steel equipment. Like all my trimmers, edgers, blowers, and stuff like chainsaws, hedge trimmers, shears, all that steel. But and then I've got a Toro commercial push mower. But,
okay.
Yeah, it's just me. My wife helps me do the landscape big installs. But other than that, I get like around this time of the year, I hire help just because it's too hot. I can't do it myself.
Yeah. What is the weather like there over in KC and where you're at? Is it 70s, 80s?
Gosh, yeah. I mean, right now it's 87, almost 90, and it'll be high 90s, almost 100, probably in a couple hours.
Wow,
it's pretty hot. Yeah, it's really hot.
Are you guys more like more plain states, more desert, more farming? Like what's the
more farms? Like more rural. There's bigger towns around, and then it's just cattle and farms everywhere. And Wichita's kind of a bigger city, but yeah, it's pretty dry and there's definitely no mountains, no desert, just grass and the flatlands, man. Honestly,
that's cool. Yeah, when I went over there for our spring tour to do some shop visits with Sutton Outdoor and get to catch up with B&B and a couple other guys out that way.
Right.
It was pretty cool. There wasn't a lot in between the big cities, I'll tell you that.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Wasn't like desert. It's just it was kind of like being in rural Indiana. It's just like cornfields and
rural Indiana.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool. Let me ask you this. I want to talk a little bit about the landscaping work because on your email you said the landscaping work is really starting to come in.
Yeah, for sure.
What size jobs are you doing for landscaping, and how are we locking down some of these jobs?
Basically, I do about like a tear out and removal of what's new. Pretty much take out, revamp is anywhere from a good 3,000 to 7,000 margin.
Okay.
Some are 10, some are 2, some are 5. It just depends. But I've been getting a lot of those. And the marketing pretty much off just Facebook, really. And I mean, I have business cards and such, but I don't do any postcards or anything. I think I'm going to do that this season.
Okay. Are you putting a plan together, or how do you know what the customer is looking for?
Yeah, I pretty much ask what do you guys want, and then I've got a design software that we use, and I just ask them, hey, color schemes. What do you have anything in mind? Some people have exactly what they want. Some people don't care. So it's like, hey, I'm going to give you a design. You approve A, B, or C, or you tell me what you want. I'll put this in the notes and render it up, and then you just approve. If you approve, then we just get our deposit. We start the next week.
That's awesome. So how are you balancing the mowing with the landscaping? Because you're doing, you said 100 accounts, I think.
I had to drop a lot of accounts last season, and I had a really big commercial account that put about 40 more on the table, 40 to 50 more. And so this year I didn't get that commercial account, and it was pretty much for a maintenance company that has rental properties all around Wichita. And so I was able to free my mowing schedule up. I mowed last year 5 days a week. And so I mow now just 2 days a week. And I've actually weeded it to where now that we're slowing down, since it's so hot, I'm only mowing 1 day a week on Fridays and then landscaping throughout the week, Monday through Thursday.
Oh, so you went all the way from 90 plus accounts?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. There's a story there. So, okay, that's how did you go from, a predictable 5, 10, 20 grand a month of revenue to,
exactly,
throwing caution to the wind? I mean, tell me about that.
Well, I started, I'm 36 years old and I've done this for a long time, and my body can only take so much. So what I realized is I can do landscaping. It's still physical hard work, but it's not as hard on my body. So we got rid of accounts from mowing and I started advertising for the landscaping, and it's worked out good. And that's where I'm trying to go next, is I feel like I want to get out of mowing and just go full on landscaping.
Wow. Yeah, because now, do you have any of your accounts that are maybe commercial where you have to mow to make sure that you take care of the landscaping?
Yeah, and that's where I'm kind of at, is I'm thinking about just keeping some of my commercials next year, because I can make more money with commercial and not have to deal with all the resis and all of it. And so I'm thinking of doing just commercial next season, see how that works. And if it doesn't, just build my route back up to where, because it's really easy to get yards out here in Kansas. Okay. It really is. It's just a matter of, if you want to work and find them, and yeah.
That's crazy. And I'll tell you what, we're considering even going from 4 mowing days next year to 3.
Right.
Just ratcheting up the prices.
Sure.
Keeping the ones that we like, which we like everybody, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure. There's some ideal customers.
Well, there's some I like more than others. Let's say that.
Right. For sure. 100%.
We appreciate everybody. We like everybody. Yeah. I remember how nervous it was going from 5 days to 4. And my dude, literally my wife and I, we had conversations. My wife is like, that's $1,800 a month on our Friday route. Today's money if I got my pricing right, it would have been $3,000 a month, and plus. And she's like, we can't afford that. And I'm like, there's so much opportunity cost, that I'm missing with landscaping and mulching and pruning and aerations and just having a buffer day, for crying out loud. And
exactly.
So that's a wild conversation though, man. Going from 90 accounts to one day of mowing. What? Yeah,
just because the one commercial account that I didn't get this year, so I went from 90 to 100 I was doing last season, and then started with 40 to 40 something this year, since I didn't get that account, and then I just honestly weeded out. So sold some, got rid of the east side that had 15 accounts in that neighborhood. I got rid of all those just because I thought they're profit makers. But if you think about it, I'm on the west side of town. I drive all the way across town when I could be making more money closer to me. And it's just, I've been watching these for so many years, and all the route density never stuck until last year. And I saw how I can make, really good money, $10,000 a month, just by doing 10 to 15 yards a day at $35 to $40 yards. Mm-hmm. If they're all close, just keep them together. And but in that sense, I had a lot of maintenance with mowing, and that's kind of what pushed me back. I was looking at repair bills and how much I spent on maintenance and how much time. And then I went to Skag and I had no maintenance except gas and all that. So, and then I just started thinking, man, landscaping is a lot less overhead.
Yeah. You're right.
Mowing is not a lot. Mowing isn't a lot, but when you have problems, it kind of adds up to where what's the profit if you're spending half of your money at the shop,
Well, and I like what you said there, is you get a mower, you got a truck, a trailer, weed whips and blowers and all this mess, and you're getting $40 and or $60 or $80, doesn't matter. Yeah. Or you get you got the same truck, but you get a utility or a dump trailer, and you get a couple hedge trimmers, and some rakes, and maybe you can rent a dingo or all that stuff. I know you can start getting big into landscaping and spend just as much, but just doing pruning all day and simple landscape plantings, we're talking talking rakes and shovels and
rakes. Yeah.
I mean, some simple.
Not sweating, Brian. Not sweating. I mean, sweating, but not You know what I mean?
Well, you don't always have the constant pressure of like, I got to get the lawns done, or one rain day doesn't take you through a whole loop, you know? And I totally understand. That's why I'm evaluating going down to 3 days, because we could do the extra services on Thursday, Friday.
Oh my gosh, we're opening business going to a whole new level. I strongly suggest it.
Well, and that's the question that so many people are asking, like, hey, how do you balance the schedule, like, with all the extra work? And I'm like, dude, you get in where you fit in. Like, you know, some guys mow 5 days a week. Some guys landscape 5 days a week. Some guys it's 2 and 3. Other guys it's 3 and 2. And I get, and then the other conversation, I did a whole podcast on this once, but it was like, the other conversation is you have a mow route and then you have a landscape route and you have the 2 crew thing. And then from there, it's like, then you're turning into a medium-sized business where you're going to have a shop, dispatch lady, some overhead, some admin. And then you better start pushing, you know, $800,000 and above, because you're going to have a little bit of back end office overhead and a shop and a yard and all that mess. So So let me ask you this, shifting gears a little bit, where are you taking this thing? Because if this is your 3rd or 4th year, where do you want to go? Like big, small?
I think honestly, not big. I want to do, my kids are small, you know, I have a 1-year-old, 2-year-old, and a 4 and an 11-year-old. So they're still young enough to where I want to be there, like be around.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to try and stay as small as I can, but I'm in the fence. Like last year I went through about 3, 4, 5 guys too quickly. And I'm in the fence. Like if I'm going to hire right now, and if I'm just going to get another one person and try and build it a little bit bigger with him, I just need one, really. I need one solid worker, and we can scale it pretty big. You know, I've seen like your help. Rob, is that his name?
Yeah, Rob. Yep. Yeah,
Rob. He's helped, man. I watched him like, gosh, he stuck with you. And that's what I'm saying. I just need a Rob, and then I can really go. But yeah, I don't know yet. I think I'm going to just, God willing, I'm going to drop everyone else except commercial, I think, this season at the end of it, and just see what happens with landscaping.
Cool.
And, yeah.
Do you have a dingo or a ditch witch or any of that kind of equipment, or dump trailer?
The dingo and dump trailer I rent just because I don't do enough. I do quite a bit of landscaping, but not enough to where, to me, I feel I need to buy it yet.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I rent every time I do a job. I'll rent, put that in the bid, and that way I don't have to pay out of pocket and stuff. But yeah,
sure. Cool. That's awesome. Where do you see, what if the kids get older, do you want to take this thing big, or you just play it by ear?
Yeah. No, once they get a little bit older, I'm definitely going to start scaling it, because I've got 3 boys, 1 girl, and a couple of them are, I can tell, going to be ready when they're old enough. And so I'm going to try and scale it for sure.
That's cool. You can get them involved in the business too.
Exactly. I mean, I get home every day. My 2-year-old's like trying to pull the blower or trying to start the mower, and
that's awesome.
Like they're ready. Yeah.
I saw just the other day on somebody had tagged me from Tractor Supply. They have these like kid 0-turn mowers. Have you seen this?
Oh my gosh, yes.
They're like $300, and it's actually kind of expensive for what it is, I thought. But I thought it'd be like $100. If it was $100, I'd buy it. But I don't know, $300.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 150 maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah, $300. I was like, I told Liz, I'm like, I don't know. Maybe Tractor Supply wants to send one out, or maybe if anybody wants to send one to the PO box, I'll give you a shout out, you know. But
yep, exactly. Better try it out, you know. Give it a demo.
Yeah, we'll give it a fair shake. But nonetheless, I can only imagine, like all of you guys that have 3, 4, 5-year-old little boys out there. They just and even the girls too. They love getting involved with mommy and daddy running the business. And
oh my goodness,
it is really cool. Like I watch Caleb and Brittany Altman, and they got their kids involved in everything, and it's just kids being kids, man. It's like such a wild adventure for them, you know. So yeah,
for sure.
That is pretty cool. Well,
for sure, yeah.
Well, we'll probably button this thing up here right around now. Let me ask you this, man. Any parting thoughts or pearls of wisdom? Anything you want to leave the audience while we got you, man?
Yeah, what I would say is, don't ever, when you have a gut feeling on, is this the right customer, don't just keep serving them to try and make them happy. You have to make yourself happy, and you know what a good client is and what a good client isn't. So, I mean, just take on what you can, and don't feel bad for the ones that you feel like you need to take on. Just, if you need to get rid of one, you'll find a better one. Everyone that you need to get rid of, you'll find a better one to replace it.
That's good.
The best luck I've had. or, God willingly.
That's solid advice, man. I was just exactly having that conversation with Liz the other day. We have a client, did about 12 grand worth of snow with us, and decent account to plow and salt.
Right.
The payment, not so hot. They
exactly. Yeah.
Took 9 months to square up payments from these people, and with about 14 different threats of I'm going to burn their place down. But
right. Yeah. That's not cool.
But I told my wife, I said it's a banger account. It's just pay the dang bill. So if they don't prepay the whole thing, I'm not taking them back on, and I couldn't care less.
Ryan, that's the last thing I was going to say. I heard prepayment 22 needs to be done, and I wish that's one of my main things. I'm going to drop a couple customers that it's all because of payment. Like I don't work for free. I have a family I feed. So if you don't get paid the same, whatever your standards are, keep them that way, because I was too nice this season and I'm suffering. My family has suffered. You know what I mean?
I do. I all those same PTSDs that are coming back from my lawn care days are my early days. Because we're going into year 6 with snow, and we're still learning, of course. But we're making drastic changes to all of our. We did a snow podcast about 2 weeks ago. I really encourage you guys to listen to it if you guys wanted to talk about snow and pricing and billing and making sure that you're always paid. That's all the kind of stuff we're working on. But I'm right there with you, man. There's accounts that I'll be honest with you, 4 years ago, jackpot accounts. I mean, I'm so pumped, right? And money. But dude, just growing this thing, and now there's accounts where I'm like, dude, you do one more thing, and I'm axing you, and it's just because they get lazy or they get sloppy or payments or they're just getting nitpicky. People change, man. People change.
It's crazy. Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah, I like that. That's good advice, man. We'll button up right. We'll button up right here, man. I don't want to take your whole afternoon. We're actually recording this on the weekend. But where can people find if they want to catch up with you? You got anything on social media? Facebook, Instagram?
Yeah, on Facebook. Yeah, Ferry Lawnscapes LLC on Facebook, and you can Google us too. And we have all 5-star reviews for a reason. So.
That's awesome. So Ferry, Ferry, correct?
Yes, sir.
So Ferry Lawnscapes, guys, check him out. Give him a follow. Check him out on Facebook over there in Wichita, Kansas.
Yes, sir.
There you go. Okay, one last thing really quick. We have best barbecue joint in town. Where is that at?
Ooh, the best?
Yeah, you guys are known for your barbecue out that way.
Yeah, but honestly, around here, there's not out west. There's not that much, man.
No?
There is, but I mean, just the standard. Do you guys have Hog Wild?
No, I don't think so. No. Hog Wild.
I mean, Hog Wild is really good.
Okay.
Like super fancy, but.
I went and visited B&B and Sutton, and they I swear like over that way they're like one notch away from fist fights when you talk about barbecue. Like
barbecue down there is different, man. There's a lot of good barbecue there compared to here.
Okay. I thought it was like a whole thing over the blanket Midwest, but maybe that's just more of a Casey thing.
I don't know. Yeah. It is personal too. Like I'm a barbecue person, but not that much.
Okay,
so, I mean,
that's funny. I'm a barbecue snob. I got my place. I like my place. Caleb Allman made an Instagram photo a couple weeks back, and he's got his joint, and he's like, where he goes, it looks like you can get tetanus there. So it's I was like, I don't think that place has ever been approved by the food inspector, Caleb, but or the health department, whatever you call it. But all right, well, fair enough. Wild Hog, that's your go-to place in Wichita, apparently. So
Hog Wild, yeah,
or Hog Wild. There you go.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I love it. All right, man. We'll appreciate the time this afternoon, man, and thanks for jumping on the show.
For sure. Thank you. You have a good one.
All right, you too, brother. All right, guys, we'll button it up right here. Thanks again for listening, guys. Again, don't forget to, if you guys got a quick second, leave a quick rating and review for us. We super appreciate that. 5 stars if you guys are enjoying the show. It's all about lawn care, landscaping, helping you guys grow a more successful business. And appreciate you guys listening in, for real. I know we get towards the tail end of the season here, but keep your ear plugged in and keep that motivation going as we finish strong, guys. All right, over and out. You guys have a beautiful rest of the day, and we'll look forward to catching up with you guys here on the next one.
Lawns, landscaping, and outdoor awesomeness, that's what your business does best. Managing your vehicles and optimizing efficiency with the latest technology is what we do best. GPS Track It provides a 24/7 view of where your company vehicles are and how efficiently they're operating, saving you time and money. With more than 12,000 customers, GPS Track It has delivered peace of mind for lawn and landscaping companies for 20 years. Ready to protect your vehicles and save money? Talk with one of our fleet advisors. yours. There's no pressure, no hassles. Call 833-385-0252 or visit gpstrackit.com/BrianLM to learn more. Those details are in the show notes. GPS Track It.
Ready to charge up your business and take it to the next level? Well, plug in and join us for Lawnscapes Academy Live 2022. Don't miss this electrifying opportunity to hear from our top industry professionals. Get powered up in this high-energy atmosphere, learning trade industry knowledge and ways to level up your thinking. This high-energy teaching and networking event is full of motivational information, giveaways, and trade industry secrets. Take charge and register now for the industry's largest training event of the year, Lawnscapes Academy Live 2022.
All around, it's just a great experience.
I didn't realize how important that LAL is.
You get more than you spend at for a 4-year degree.
Man, I can't wait. This has been a great event, and I will definitely be back next year.
Take charge and register now.
Lawnscapes Academy Live is Saturday, November 12th in Novi, Michigan.
And we're going to get a little bit more detail. I want to help you guys grow larger companies, more crews, more profitable businesses, a little bit more X's and O's.
And the link to register is in the podcast description.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.